What is my ethnicity?
I am Chinese and Vietnamese. Both my parents are from Vietnam. Speak Vietnamese, Cantonese, Mandarin.
Mexican.
I'm mixed with Korean. My dad's half, and my mom's just white. So I'm a fourth Korean, a little bit of German, but
I consider myself African American.
I am Jordanian.
Half Mexican, and everything else is Irish and German and like a little bit of Italian. So that's super touchy subject, super tricky. If I am applying for jobs, which I'm doing a lot more frequently, I put that I'm white. Sometimes if there's an option, I'll say other, but it's pretty rare. I typically just put that I'm white. If it comes for school applications or things that are much more competitive on a larger scale, for high schools, for colleges, my family was very adamant about saying that I was Hispanic and saying that I was Mexican, because a lot of schools, especially the one that I went to, was so focused on diversity. Even though their school population wasn't that diverse, it was majority white. They figured that if I put I was Mexican on the application and really honed in on that I would be more likely to get accepted, so they could bring up that student population of Mexican students. But for jobs, I'm almost afraid to. My name is, Maria. If I put in the application that I'm Mexican, I don't know whether they're gonna stop and sort of like start to racially create a profile on me and maybe not reach out for an interview or look at my work. I'm afraid that they're just not gonna want me, so I always just put that I'm white on job applications. But schools and things like that, scholarships, especially Mexican, all the way.
because I'm really, I don't know, I don't feel completely Asian. Because I'm not. I don't know. I don't speak Korean. I don't practice any of the cultural holidays. But also, I don't really 100% feel white either, even though I grew up in a white society. So, I don't know, I kind of like am in the middle.
Being that my upbringing was mostly with my mom as like my main parent, and I always spent time with my grandparents on my mom's side, I do view myself as just very white, like mainly Irish, but it's hard for me to tap into that proud Mexican heritage because I'm not surrounded by it all day. I don't, know a lot of that side of my family, their history. So on a day-to-day basis, I do kind of portray myself as just being like the white girl. And then if it comes up in conversation or, daily life, I'm very proud of my Mexican heritage, but it's definitely not something that I introduce right away.
I definitely represent like American culture more, I guess you could say. I'm very Americanized. And I just share small things with my parents, but for the most part I'm very Americanized.
I'm not American enough for my American friends, but I'm not Arabic enough for my own culture, my own family. I'm displeasing both sides when I decide to do things for myself, so I like to identify myself as an Arab American, but definitely kind of stuck in the middle right now.
For me, I have a hard time viewing myself culturally just because by me being even raised more in the suburbs versus my family, all my family members, if you guys were to meet my brother, you'd be like, oh my god, you guys are not related, because he was raised in the hood, same with my sister, so it's I'm very different in how they are, and when I'm with them, I would get judged for being too white, or oh, he talks white, or he's like this, and then when I'm with I have a lot of white friends in Colombia, sometimes I feel I'm judged, oh, he's too black, or I'm just an entertainment character, just someone placing that.
Honestly, it didn't bother me when I was younger, but now that I'm older, it bothers me more just because I feel I have grown a lot as a person. So again, there's just way more to me than that.
They were just words to me, people are I felt people, the way they were is because of their family or whoever they were looking up to at such a young age, and because of that I try to understand them, why they were saying things like that to me, and instead of looking in in a negative way, I embraced that, and I was okay, whatever, I'm gonna embrace this so I can make something out of nothing,